All right, guys, what is going on? What's good? What's good? And yes, I do have a shirt on. I gotta say that now every time I wear this shirt. I think it was Sean who thought I didn't have a shirt on one time. So now I gotta clarify that. So welcome back, Josh. Welcome back to the SMS community. What's good, Eli? Good evening, Mateo. Howdy, Naruto. What's going on, Edgar, Nikki, Maximiliano, Vadu, 2020. Nina, hello to you too. What's going on, Mark, Stephanie? One of MTP on Dow from 15-minute long at New York Stock Exchange Open. Oh, very nice. Very nice. I don't know what you were targeting unless it was Friday's high. That's pretty solid. That is pretty solid, my friend. And I was watching lunch, and this is why I tweeted about Nasdaq. I'm like, is it gonna run the lows or not? And this is why. Okay, these equal lows here, and then we were just stuck here where S&P ran the lows, Nasdaq didn't. And I'm like, okay, are we gonna run for that and then take this high up here, or are we gonna take that high and then trade lower later? And obviously we didn't go lower. So I'm thinking if we get any bearish setups in the afternoon, I think I would probably look to short. But we are going to find out. We're going to see. What's good, Shay? What's up, Cameron? All-time highs on triple Qs for this year? Well, I hope so. I mean, I'm in Tesla, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Boeing is up. I think Boeing's in the Dow, possibly. I don't remember. Don't remember. Oh, nice job, Josh. Great job. I mean, I don't know if these are still going to be flying. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to find out. I just don't like how we left these lows perfect, and then we left some more lows as well. So we're just leaving lows all over the place. So, I don't know. I don't make the rules, man. I don't make the rules, man. You know? Best we can do is align ourselves with what the market's doing. And that's that. Thanks, Stephanie. Appreciate that. What's good, Bullish? What's good, Lucas? Man, we got a lot of people on today. I like that. I like that. Or maybe you're just here for the giveaway. I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But, you know, I ranted a little bit the last few days or so. And I said, you know what? There's got to be more. There's got to be more that I can do other than continuing to bring awareness to dog shit leadership, dog shit people, and, you know, things of that nature. So I said, you know what? I said, fuck it. I'm going to give away a book every day this week. On every live stream this week, I'm going to give away one copy of Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. What do you guys think? One copy every stream this week. You guys good with that? Now, here's the thing. If you're in the U.S., I'll send it to you. If you're outside the U.S., it's going to do a gift card. An Amazon gift card. Because trying to deal with any Amazon outside the U.S. has been a fucking disaster. It's been an absolute disaster. There's still one person that I owe a book and I haven't gotten it to him yet. And now I feel like an asshole. I'm trying to figure it out, though. I'm doing my best, okay? That's all I could do. What's good, Zay, Felix, Kevin, Shamal? What up? What up? Yeah. So with laws of human nature, honestly, I'm only like a third, a third of the way through. All right, this book is an absolute brick, but it's really good. It's 600 pages, I think. No, almost. It's about 588 pages before you get to the bibliography. So you're gonna spend quite a bit of time with Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene, but it's really good. 48 Laws of Power is good too. As a matter of fact, I wasn't gonna really go over this today, but here we are. I ordered a copy of the 48 Laws leather edition, the vegan leather edition, collector's edition yesterday. So that'll be in today. And I'll probably show you guys what that looks like tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. Know what I'm saying? I wanted the book with your signature. Mateo, but why would I sign a book that's not mine, my friend? Why would I sign a book that's not mine? Nasdaq is pushing towards the daily imbalance. Hopefully she can distribute there. Yeah, we'll take a look at it, Josh. Third of the way through. Shit, dude. But, you know, to be honest, I could be done with this book, but I'm taking it slowly because I want to absorb the information. Some other books I read a little bit quicker. Like, say, for example, what's his name? Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. That book I read in like 2 sittings because it was good and there was really only a couple of messages, you know, basically that no matter what happens to us, we can choose how we respond. Epictetus, essentially, but from an actual survivor of the Holocaust, right? So that's a wonderful message. But like with Laws of Human Nature, for example, there is so much to go through. So much. And so I'm taking it slower to absorb the information. I mean, I've got highlights, I've got underlines, I've even got sticky notes that are in there to summarize some main ideas. So I want to become a lot more versed in the laws of human nature. And that's that. So are you talking about up here? Like way up here? That gap? It's like another 60 points or so, I think. Something like that. I mean, that's a possibility. But we left lows from this morning, and then we left lows from lunch. Or no, that's the end of the AM session, matter of fact. So we have 2 sets of lows from this morning. And we just took, what did I say this one? A daily high? Yeah. Last week's high, I think. So if we get any signs of distribution, that's probably going to be a short. At a minimum, probably back to 16K. That's just my personal preference. If we keep going higher, then we keep going higher and I'm not going to short it. You know, I can always have a bias. I mean, you've seen that before where it's like, oh, I think we're going to go higher. And then we just kept going lower and lower and lower. And it's like, all right, well, there's no trade there, my friend. That's that. So we'll have to see. Eagle highs on gold about to get smacked. I haven't even looked at metals today. I was looking at British pound earlier. Pound and euro. And they were doing some weird shit. Not in a bad way, but I looked at dollar as well. And then I realized like, okay, pound might not go to the lows. So I left it alone. These lows down here. I was like, you know what? Those look pretty clean. And I think I tweeted like somewhere in here. And I'm like, I'm just watching it because I don't know. Because I'm looking at euro and we traded slightly lower. And pound is slightly higher. So I'm like, okay, well, that's probably accumulation then. And whereas we're going to leave these lows open for a while. So we came up and actually took this high. So I decided not to short this. Because the thing is, too, when you look at these lows on British pound and the corresponding highs on dollar, they're both higher. Right? We have a higher low on cable. And we have a higher high in dollar. So, yeesh. That's British pound accumulation. and we're higher. So big surprise. Check out your videos on how to take notes and how to read a book. Great videos. Oh, thank you for that, Josh. Appreciate that. The For Students books, or books, the For Students playlist on like how to read books, take notes, and stuff like that. We really didn't get that in school. I mean, they taught us how to read, of course, you know, ABC type shit, but not in a way that they didn't teach you to, like, okay, extract certain information like names and dates and main ideas and stuff like that. And then none of us really read the books either because all those books were trash. So when it comes to reading good books and then taking good notes, you get way more out of it. Why do you think I bring this stuff up? Why do you think I talk about the school system? And why do you think I talk about network marketers and supposed leaders and shit? Because I'm not the smartest man in the world. I'm you know, but I know some shit. I know some shit. And I want you to know some shit as well. What's good, Andreas? The AM session today provided opportunities for good trades in the Nasdaq and at last Wednesday's high. Yeah, this morning, I don't know. For some reason, I felt like Marcus Aurelius this morning. I said, John, you got to roll out of bed, bro. This is not what you were made for. And I struggled. Guys, I was in bed for like another 45 minutes. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it. But even if I got out of bed, I don't think I would have done anything here in the morning, to be honest. There was nothing that I really saw that I like. When I looked in here, I'm like, okay, whatever. Left it alone. What? I don't think there's any news today, and then I think we got some news tomorrow. Ugh. Meeting minutes for Australian dollar this evening in like 6 hours. FOMC meeting minutes tomorrow at 1 p.m. So that would be like near the end of this stream tomorrow. Wednesday, unemployment claims in the morning, an hour before the stock exchange opens. And okay. So yeah, there's not really any news today. Gold had an interesting setup. I guess we'll go look at the metals then. You know what? I briefly looked at the metals. That's what it was. On the daily, because I think we're coming off of these highs here for silver. So we traded into that last week, and then we're just pulling back from that a little bit. And then gold has given us a little bit more of a extended reaction from this imbalance and mitigation overlap that we discussed a little bit after the facts, but yeah, we're right around that season for the seasonal moves. Okay, drop a like if you're here, guys. Let me know. Let me know. We got 44 viewers, only 15 likes, man. I'm over here giving away books, giving away knowledge, and I can't get a click of a button. That's crazy. That's crazy. But it's all good, man. It's all good. I gotta talk my shit. I gotta get it all out. That way we could be done. Because I talked a lot of shit the last couple of days. And you know what? It baffles me that people actually had the audacity to criticize what I was doing. You're being rude, John. Okay. You're right. You're right. It's rude to hold people responsible for fucking their bullshit. You're right. But anyway. All right. So what we're going to do for this giveaway is I'm going to try something different. I hope this works. I don't know if it will, but most of you, if not all of you, should be on Twitter. So what we're going to do is there's a website that will do a random giveaway to people who comment on a certain tweet. So I'm going to drop that tweet into the chat, which is the 6 qualities of a great trader that I posted like a little over an hour ago. So just leave me a comment on that tweet. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter. I mean, you could write down another quality. You could tell me what your favorite quality is. I mean, you could just put an emoji. I really don't care. But if you guys do that, if you go comment, we can do the giveaway near the end of today's stream. Josh doesn't use Twitter. Well, then you ain't getting this book, big fella. I can't make it members only because that's against YouTube's policy. So it has to be public for everybody. And I don't know how to do it on YouTube in the comment or live chat. I don't know how to do that. Naruto's banned from Twitter. Well, you ain't getting the book, big fella. Simple as that. As simple as that. You could always make a new account and use that. But, you know, whatever. I forgot. You guys said gold, didn't you? On like a smaller time frame. Or am I tripping? One of you said equal highs, right? Are you talking about up here? Ugh. This looks so janky. Or right here. Or those two. I can't tell. I can't tell what you guys are talking about. Do you think December is a bad month for trading? No. My personal trading slows down, but I don't think it's a bad month. Twitter, like people on Twitter always do that. They're like, oh, December sucks. And then you still get clean setups. Because a lot of them don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like I quoted a girl the other day. I forgot her name. I don't even know. I don't even think I follow her. But she's like, oh, this week's been so shitty. But yet you see me entering markets like to the fucking tick. So I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, what specifically made you think this is trash? Because it's not. I've been calling trades every week. Still. Every week. So I don't understand like how you're getting to these conclusions. What do you, something is not right. Been off the website for too long, so they banned me. Oh, well, GG. GG, Naruto. Reacting from an inverse imbalance on the 1 hour. Silver? Or I mean gold? Ugh. But you know what though? Those highs look a little bit cleaner on this time frame though. I'll tell you that. That looks a lot cleaner, a little bit more distinctive. You know, one of the sayings that I have is if it's obvious to you, it's obvious to everyone else. So I like it when it's way more obvious, when it's distinctive, not like when it's hidden almost. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But at the same time, we are in the middle of this range from this low to these highs. I mean, I guess we are in the lower end of the overall range. So I guess we're in a discount, but I don't know. I don't know. Oh shit, you guys definitely want to go comment. Very nice. I stayed off of Twitter for so long. Perseverance. Discipline is the hardest, but once you get it, you're on the way. The way. Very nice. Because I think too is when you get more interaction on tweets, I think it definitely helps the impressions. But I don't know. Twitter to me is, I never understood it. It's like if you provide value, you don't get a lot of impressions, but when you talk shit, you get like 10, 20x average impressions. So it's like the only way to grow on Twitter is to be dramatic and to talk shit. And that's just not, I mean, 5 years ago, I would have been all over that. But that's why I left in the first place. Like 2016, 2017 was terrible. Was a terrible time for Twitter. It was so bad. That's why I never went back until recently, like a year ago. Good, trading well. Okay, trillionaire. Are you gonna trade some news in the next days, or do you prefer wait that the news is gone and get clean setups? So the easiest thing to do when it comes to news is, for me personally, I trade afterwards. So I'll let the news hit, run stops, and now if it's an FOMC type event, that's typically a like a two-part event, meaning it'll run lower and then higher, or higher and then lower. It won't always do that, but it's typically a two-part event. Whereas CPI sometimes can just jam one way and you're fucked. So it depends. But majority of the time, 99 times out of 100, I'm going to wait for news to hit and then play something after that. If I choose to, because I don't always do that. This looks like trash. We need to go down to a 1 minute. 1 minute's a goated time frame. And yet all these people on Twitter are like, stay off the 1 minute. I mean, if you can't trade, then just say that. All right, I'm done talking shit. I might not be. We'll figure it out. It's just weird to me. People will tell you, hey, price is fractal, and then avoid a certain time frame. What? That's weird. That's just weird. But anyway, I'm looking at these highs, just trying to see, like, all right, is one going to make a higher high and the other two don't? And Dow is just, the bodies are higher, but these highs are equal. So that just, I'm just waiting at this point. Now, now we wait. But I don't know. I'm getting that vibe like I might not trade today. People like to engage with BS. Well, yeah, I got a lot of engagement this weekend. Well, Friday and Saturday. Because so many people are oblivious to the nonsense and the fuckery in the network marketing industry. Because it's not talked about. People don't talk about it. People, they don't want to step up and speak out. But unlike most people, I have never been that way. You got to call a spade, fam. Straight like that. How can you predict that the market will go deeper into an imbalance and stop run a second time? Is it because the market wasn't below the 50% range the first time and that's why it's coming back again? Lucas, that I feel like you're asking a question that is very, very specific to like maybe a setup that you saw, and it would be better to have a screenshot in the Discord for me to look at if that is the case. But one thing about imbalances, and is it going to just barely trade into it? Is it going to trade to the middle of it, or is it going to trade all the way to the lower end or the higher end of it? Well, if you include the inverse imbalance, if there's an overlap there, that's probably going to see some type of response. So it probably won't trade all the way through if there's overlap. The easiest thing to do, especially for beginner traders, if you understand the stop, okay, like the stop loss, like let me give you an example. If we don't long this, okay, but like let's just say we were looking at this like we were going to long this imbalance. The easiest thing to do as a beginner trader is to just long the high end of it. And the stop goes to the low of the candle that basically completes that imbalance formation, that 3 candle formation. Okay? Because what you're doing when you do this is you're getting in at an okay price. It's decent. And you're allowing the market to trade against you to some degree before it goes higher, in case it wants to say, let's say trade to that halfway point. You're allowing for that, because this is what happens. And when we started heavily teaching imbalances, this is like the biggest thing that people had. I see like people bitch all the time because they think the market is going to do this. So instead of entering early, they'll try to enter at the halfway point. And then the market will hit their limit and then trade higher, but they won't get filled because number one, they didn't incorporate spread. And number two, they just tried to get the, most perfect entry and they missed out. And then they're like, ugh, and they start bitching. And it's like, well, bro, you didn't incorporate spread. That's your fucking fault. And so, yes, there are ways to help determine like getting a better entry. And that's also why I taught you the next candle entry as well. Go look back. If you're in the Discord, go look at the S&P 1 minute chart that I posted. And you'll see that the entry wasn't at the highest candle. It was at the candle right after the candle that completed the imbalance. Low drawdown, less than a minute, straight down. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. So there are multiple things that you can do given the scenario like of an imbalance. Okay. Sniper problems. Yeah. If you could do a breakdown on that entry. Well, I just told you, Jada. I just gave it to you. How can I join the Discord? Write a check for like $1,000 and I'll get you in there. How about that? Or what you can do is go to your Discord user settings and then go to connections. And then there's all type of social media. There's YouTube, Spotify, Twitter, I think, all these other social media. Find YouTube and sign in with the YouTube account that you signed up here with. And then once you do that, as soon as you sign in, I forget which page that is, but as soon as you do it, you'll see the Discord channel to get in. So you have to connect your YouTube to your Discord. Make sense? Because that's how it's ran. Anybody can join the Discord, but you're not going to see shit unless you connect your YouTube. And then once you're in there, all you got to do is go to the verify tab, press the check mark, and then that's it. Now you're in. And you will be in until 3 days after you cancel. So if you ever cancel your membership for whatever reason, you'll be in there for like 3 more days, and then you won't be kicked out, but you'll be disenrolled. Like you'll lose your role, and then you won't see anything after that. And then you'll probably cry because you'll miss the SMS community. All right, welcome in, Josh. Welcome in. Yeah, if you looked at the over here at the bottom right of your screen, we do have 116 members now, which is pretty cool. So our next goal is 125, but we're at all-time highs of 116. So earlier this year, we did get to 150, but that was with all of like the lower level tiers. So when we got rid of that, it went back to like 103 or 105 or something like that. So we're now for SMS member, we're at all-time highs of 116 active. And I think that's what inspired me today to post about retention in business, because I pride myself on having very high retention. Dow higher, ES higher, Nasdaq lower. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm just going to say M. Welcome, M, to the SMS community. Welcome in, welcome in. Drop a birthday emoji. It's not your birthday, but that is the celebration emoji. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We do have a higher high on S&P. Well, so here's the thing, and let me try and explain this again. And we're up to almost 60 people, so that's like all-time highs for this year as well. Here's the thing. I can't support the probabilities for a lower ES because we swept these lows. I mean, by like a tick. So that's not really a full run, in my opinion. But these lows haven't been left open. Whereas the Nasdaq, they have been. I mean, these are identical. So I would favor a Nasdaq short over an S&P. But we need some sort of clear sign that this is distribution. And then if we get a nasty run lower, that next retracement, that's going to be Neo. That's going to be the one. Okay. But we have 2 hours and 20 minutes left in today. So we're going to need to give this a little bit more time. You know what I'm saying? We did get some more people on here before I mentioned the Twitter thing. So I'll repost it again. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to look like an asshole. And that's not going to be good. If that doesn't work, we're going to go to the wall shelf followers. So we'll give that a few more minutes. Yeah, we'll do that at the end. In case you missed it, I am giving away every day this week one copy of Robert Greene's Laws of Human Nature. Okay? So that's 4 giveaways. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you're in the US, I will send you a direct copy. Outside the US, I will simply give you a Amazon gift card. So you can buy whatever you want, but I would prefer you to get Laws of Human Nature, because that, unfortunately, that has been the theme the last few days or so. People, human nature, that's just, who we are, what we do, and why we do things, and that type of thing matters. You know, will it help your trading? I don't know. But what I do know is that it will help you deal with people. And if you can have a better mindset in dealing with people, you can probably trade better in that case. That's my opinion. So there's that. There's that. You know what? One, two, it's almost 3 weeks. What you should do is mark your calendars for December 8th. That's a Friday. December 8th. Okay? I am putting together probably the single most important video I have ever done. I've done probably over 150 Zoom calls over the years. Probably a couple thousand streams in my lifetime. We do 4 streams a week here. There's like 400 videos almost on this channel. And out of 1,000, probably closer to 2,000 plus streams that I've done, the one on December 8th is going to be, in my opinion, the most important one I've ever done. So mark your calendars. That's going to be important. I was looking all over my face from my phone for the Twitter icon, so I would. Forgot Twitter's now called X, no more Bird. Just yeah. Well, that's why I dropped a link too. So you just have a direct link there. We have, so it says we have 19 entries. I don't know if that's right. No, that's right. I have 19 comments. Okay. That'll work. And then we'll do the same thing on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we have an extension there on Dow Jones. More extension on ES. And we're going to see if Nasdaq is going to follow suit in making that higher high or not. And if it does, that's cool. But we'll probably just do a giveaway and then hop off. I'm not going to be here all day watching this. I'll probably come back for the final hour. Oh, Willow, to enter, all you have to do is comment on the post. I just put it in the chat. It's the 6 qualities of a great trader post or tweet. So you just leave me a comment. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be an emoji. It could be whatever. Long live SMS community. I mean, I don't know. It could be anything. You only use the next candle entry if an imbalance is not formed. You only use the next candle entry if a nice imbalance has not formed, or regardless of this. Well, it depends. So the thing is, and Lucas, I'm glad you're asking really good questions, because I think you did this last week too. Yes, really, really good questions. If, for example, we'll come back to this one here. And don't long this, because again, I never long when there's equal lows. That's just a recipe for getting your face ripped off. Let's say, for instance, that you don't want to long in here because maybe you're scared, or maybe you don't know. Like, well, the imbalance, it might not. I don't know. We'll have to see. You can wait to see if there's a reaction from whatever concept it is that you're using. and you can be late. That's what I'm saying. So if price comes down and you're going, all right, I should buy this, but I'm going to wait. And then it's like, okay, we get a reaction and then a small time frame pullback. Like that is fine. So then, you know, if that's what you think is going to happen, instead of trying to get the low, you can try and see, okay, if my roadmap is correct, I'll do that. And so you basically, I don't want to say sacrifice, but what you're doing basically is you're sacrificing the better entry to get a little bit more of a confirmation that your trade is going a direction. And this is why I said, I'm telling you exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see, are we going to get distribution? Are we going to get a nasty sell-off? And then that next retracement is going to be the one to short. Because how much evidence do you need? We have lows, we have heavy consolidation. So anyone who's been long all day, they're killing it. Their account is up. But that's just unrealized gains. There's a reason it's called unrealized. Because it's open profit. There's still open positions. So if it happens to trade lower and show us a willingness to go lower, then that next retracement is that opportunity. Okay. And like, for example, this is why I gave you a mitigation model. The mitigation model is not going to get you the low. It's not going to get you the high. But what it does do is it gets you in sync with price almost as early as possible. Okay. Like here, let me draw this out. This is what I'm expecting. Or sorry, anticipating. If we don't get it, I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm saying, all right, if we get distribution and then rip lower, that next retracement is going to be the one I'm looking for to short. Does that make sense? So I'm not saying short a new high. I'm not saying that. I'm saying wait for clear evidence that it's going lower. And that next retracement, that could be a mitigation. None of that is formed yet, if at all. But the mitigation model is basically getting you in, not at the high, but at the next available high to still catch the majority of the move. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. If there's a 100-point move, the objective is not to catch 100 points. The objective is to catch like 60, 70, maybe 80 points. Okay? Half or more is good. Less than half, you probably got in too late or got out too early or both. And we do expand on that idea in the measuring trade performance video from earlier this year. I expand on that. How when you study price moves, you like even when I do that, I study, okay, did I get 50% or more of this move or not? And sometimes when you see me entering damn near the high and getting out damn near at the low, yeah, you're fucking right. You know, 90% of a move, yeah, that's elite level shit. But that's not every trade. Okay, I promise you that is not every trade. Sometimes a scalp is just enough, or a certain amount of movement is enough. Does that make sense? So yeah, this just doesn't look appealing to me. I mean, even at this 1 minute chart, we're consolidating yet again. Yet again. Ugh. I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyway, I've been setting buy and sell stops using imbalances lately, setting the pending once it enters the imbalance so it pulls me in when it pulls out. Okay, very interesting verbiage there. And I could definitely have a joke there, but we're gonna move past that. If I get a body close through the imbalance, I consider it invalid and cancel depending. Okay. Well, if it trades through the imbalance, there's a possibility it could end up being an inverse, but I understand what you're saying. Look, man, you become a fucking comedian and now everything's funny as fuck. I can't even be serious half the fucking time. I tried to rant the other day and I'm like, oh shit, people are watching me wilding out. You know, it's like, I just can't be serious for shit. Don't invite me to a funeral, bro. Don't do it. Thanks for my, oh, appreciate that, Josh. I'm done, Cameron. I'm done, Cameron. We gotta look. I do that sometimes too. I'll be in the middle of a rant and be like, "Oh, pun not intended," you know, and then it just screws up your whole message. But hey, man, that's what life's about. Who was it? Seneca, who said, "Hang on to your youthful, what's the word? Euphemisms. You're gonna need them when you're older." This is what he said. And then I think it was Marcus Aurelius who said, "Don't be all about business." So, shit. I'm almost never serious, bro. What is the difference between equal lows and low resistant lows? Luke is about to write a fucking book with all these notes he's been taking. You writing a book over there, Lucas? Yeah, yes, John, I'm writing a book. There's your difference, my friend. Those are equal. Low resistant is where the low on the right is slightly higher. Okay? Yeah, Lucas is on the FAFO route today. Equal quite literally means equal. And low resistant lows basically mean, here's the thing, okay? The difference in what this is versus what this is, okay? Do you if you look at a lower low before a move higher, that lower low, like this right here, would typically be a stop run. So liquidity's been absorbed and it's just not as smooth or easy for the market to make a lower low. It still can, but it's going to do it very reluctantly. There's going to be a lot of back and forth. There's going to be a lot of bullshit. Like, say, for example, you shorted up here and price is starting to go your way. Oh, back near your entry. Oh, back your, you know, to the direction you want, and then near your entry again. It's very like high resistant to go lower. It's slow to do it. It's like getting a child to take their medicine. It's fucking impossible. It's not impossible, but it's very hard to do. Okay? It's very hard to do. Equal lows, to me, they will either be one of two things. They will either be a target for the downside or a target to sweep to go higher. That you're going to need more information than that, than just equal lows by themselves. Okay? So again, just to reiterate, for those of you that are watching, equal lows are equal. I like those as targets. They're not always reversals. Not every equal highs and equal lows is created the same. Low resistant lows basically mean I'm expecting price to absolutely get there easily, fluently, little resistance, just smooth sailing. Okay. If we go back, I don't remember what day that was on the S&P. What day was that I post? I don't remember. Oh, that was here. I lied. It was here. I remember. It's all coming back to me. I remember now because Nasdaq had cleaner lows. That was what I traded. Took partials, break even on the rest. Then I switched over to the S&P. I did hop into a demo setting for the S&P, but then I shorted that candle right here. And this is an easy example. Okay, you wanna know like how easy it is to show off. Okay, because look, what did I just tell you? When you have a low to the right that's slightly higher, if we're going lower, you shouldn't see almost any resistance to get there. It should be smooth. It should be clean. You're going to have retracements, but they should just easily be dominated. Okay. So what's happening here? Pay attention, because I'm going to also include that question from earlier talking about the next candle entry. Okay. I mean, I answered your question already, but I'm going to answer it again. And then we'll do our giveaway and then we'll hop off here. Look at this market here. We have a pre-market high. Now, these lows, they're not necessarily that far apart. They're less than 2 points apart from each other. Okay, so that's like in a higher time frame perspective, sure, that could be low resistant lows, but only because Nasdaq had lows there too. If the Nasdaq didn't have that, I wouldn't count these as a downside target. But Nasdaq was bearish, and so I'm like, all right, that's going to be the mark. We trade higher, and then what happens here? Look at this. This low up to this high. We have, what do we have? 50%, right? What is that? Fair value. Okay, I don't want to enter near fair value. I have done it before. Okay, but it's just not ideal. Expect drawdown if you get near fair value, expect drawdown. That's all I'm saying. Okay, this imbalance, where is it at? It's in a premium, right? Okay, so what did I tell you earlier? I said you could short as soon as price gets into your imbalance, but you have to allow for the market to trade to the higher end of it. So the stop goes to the high of the candle that completes the imbalance, or if it's too tight of a stop loss and you think that you're going to take a loss, then just widen the stop a little bit to this high that was distribution. Okay? So then what happens here? You get in, it goes your way, it goes up one more time to the higher end of the imbalance, right? That's why I'm saying you have to allow for that. You can get sniper entries, but you have to allow for drawdown and spread. So this candle at 931, look what it does. What does it do? This is starting to get in the way. It's pissed me off. This candle, what's it do? Goes to the higher end of it, immediately closes below the imbalance. Okay. As soon as I saw that, next candle, I'm in there. Not even a couple minutes later, dumps. Rallies one more time, another imbalance here, near fair value. Study that too. Okay, study that. Study what, John? What are you talking about? It returned to fair value perfectly. That could be another short if you want to. If you want to add on to this position from up here, you can. I didn't do that, but I was watching it though. And I recorded this whole thing. I just haven't put it out there because I'm lazy. But we're going to move past that. It immediately trades lower. One more run higher, imbalance here, and then dumps. So this is what I'm saying. Okay, because you might be thinking, all right, John, You're talking about smooth sailing. What the fuck does that mean? Smooth sailing. I don't get that. I'm not a sailor. I'm trying to trade. What are you talking about sailing, bro? Shit don't make sense. Look how easy this was. From this imbalance, immediately lower, immediately lower. It retraces only to get what? Immediately rejected. A little bit more retracement and then dumps lower. All three of these, I mean, 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to include that one because it ran. This was after it ran. I'm going to trade into this after it ran. 1, 2, 3 imbalances before it hit the lows, and all three of those imbalances were respected perfectly. There was no resistance there. It was low resistant. Okay, low resistant lows, and then all I did is 45.08. I think I dropped like 1 or 2 points below that, and then got out. So yeah, entering on that candle and then exiting on this one here. That's how you do that. But that's what I'm saying. There's multiple opportunities. Again, you can short. Oh, that's long. You don't want to do that. You can short at the imbalance and allow for wiggle room. Okay. Allow for some drawdown. Or you could do the same thing, but wait until after that imbalance has been respected. But same thing. Same stop. Same TP. The whatever that low is minus like 1 point for a little bit extra razzle dazzle. Okay. So in either case, that would have given you almost the same exact outcome. But the difference is that next candle entry has already shown you that price is respecting a premium imbalance post distribution with low resistant lows above opening price. Okay. So hopefully you guys can appreciate that. If you got some value today so far, drop a like on it. There's still like 12 of you that have not hit the like button, and that's okay. But with that being said, it looks like we are not going to get what it is that I was expecting. So you know what that means? That means we are going to walk away and not press buttons. Because you know what's fun? Not losing money. Not losing money. So if anything, what you learned today is there are multiple ways to engage the marketplace. There are multiple ways to engage an imbalance. You could get in on the way up or on the way down. You could wait to see if price does respect that. Or you could even play a later retracement. Let me show you this one more time. Remember earlier I said you could play this one too if you wanted. It's just the risk reward to me is a little bit not great, because the high end of that imbalance, like the candle that completes that imbalance, is up here, and then having that same target, that's really only a 1 to 2. That's like a 1 to 1.7. So the risk reward's a little bit, you know, not as favorable. But this to me is extremely high probability. It's late, but it's very high probability. So you sacrifice, in my opinion, you sacrifice risk reward, but the probabilities are through the roof. So do you want a good probability of a 1 to 3.5, or do you want a high probable 1 to 1.5 or 1 to 2? And that is all dependent upon you, whatever you want to do. You know, well, John, I get burned sometimes trying to pick the right imbalance, but when I get in late, I typically do better. Okay, well then do that. What do you think my tweets have been? Matter of fact, just to show off a little bit, we'll go do Tesla. We'll go look at Tesla one more time. When did I tweet Tesla? It wasn't until what? It wasn't until after we traded to the lower end of that gap. Did you see that? I mean, I did tell you guys that originally. But look, you go to the very specific time that I tweeted. When did I tweet? That wasn't until London. Ugh. London and then New York. So New York Stock Exchange opens, trades higher, drops down right there, right to 20 or 205.99. 205.99, then rallies. I said, that's it. I'll tweet about it. So that way when it rallies, I can talk my shit. Make some money. Definitely made some money on that. It's the same thing. I didn't tweet at the very low, coming off of the low, but who cares? Think about this. Think about this, fam. What difference does it make if you tried to catch that low? Okay. Whatever, I don't know. I don't even know what your stop would be. We're just gonna use a measurement real quick. At the low, all the way up to the high. Okay, however much that is. Entering a little bit late and then getting out at the fill of that gap is what? That's about 80% of that move. That's not the exact low, and I didn't get out at exactly the high, but very close to that gap. I don't remember what the exact exit was because it was an option contract, and I didn't look at the current price of the stock at the time, but I knew it was higher. So what difference does it make? You're still getting the majority of the move. You look at that S&P, I'm not shorting the absolute high, but I'm shorting the next available high. Okay? I'm glad you got some value, Lucas. Tell your friends to come join us on the YouTube channel. If you have a job, go tell your coworkers. Be like, hey, we're going to make a 1-year plan together and all learn this shit and then quit our jobs next year. I mean, that's what I would do if it were me. Not that I'm going to promise you that, but that's what I would do. But my coworkers were never cool, so fuck them. Shit, they're probably at work right fucking now. That sucks. Not me. Yeah, advanced technical analysis part 2 from Lucas. That's crazy. All right. Anyway, we'll give any last minute for the tweet, and then we should be good to go. Because I'm done watching this garbage. Because now we're hitting the time constraint too. It's 1 o'clock and we're just burning time at this point. So the more time we spend not going to these lows, the less likely it is that we're going to get there, in my opinion. Um, 21 entries, I think. You don't need to wait on this page. You can close this page. We can send you after the entry is completed. They don't do this right away. It like takes time. That's bullshit, bro. Oh, here it goes. Okay. There's your winner. All right, I don't know what all this other bullshit means. So mindful underscore ICT, if you're watching, I will send you a copy of The Laws of Human Nature from Robert Greene. So there you have it. There is our winner for today. Mindful underscore ICT. We will do this again on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, so you guys have like 4 chances. Well, 3 now, but 3 more chances to get a free copy. All right, so they might not be a member, so they might not have access to our YouTube chat, but on YouTube, I mean on Twitter, I'll reach out to them and be able to send them a copy and go from there. All right, so this is what I'll leave you with. I am not going to short today's market. At this point, I just don't think I'm going to do it. But what I'll be, if you want something to watch, I want to see if this ends up becoming a mitigation. I mean, look, again, I don't know. I think we spent a lot of time here. It's a very bullish day. Nasdaq also is our most bullish of the indices today. So we will have to see how it goes. But it looks like we're getting a breakdown now. So this may end up being a mitigation. And that this might be our high of the day. So just watch for that. Don't trade it. Okay? If you're going to live trade, that is on you. It's not a recommendation. But that's what I'm going to be watching for. Okay? S&P on 2-minute just swept 5-minute highs. Ugh, that's gross. That's gross. But yeah, y'all be good, man. I'll be here tomorrow, same time, same place for another live stream and another book giveaway. So y'all be good, man. I'll see you tomorrow.